Look, I know I'm forgetting something here. Someone is going to comment on the most evident problem with this that I just happen to overlook. But until that neurotypical person arrives, please indulge my autistic brain in trying to logic its way out of this one. Doom is a silly franchise. It's meant to be some glorious, gory fun, and they don't need a story or premise to back up the phenomenal shooting of the franchise. But there's a story here regardless, and in a nutshell, humans have mined hell for its natural resources, and things go catastrophically wrong. Now, most people mock this premise as nothing more than a self-aware, dumb justification for why we have demons to shoot. But the more I think about it, the more the idea makes sense to me. Before I get into why, a thing to remember is that due to my autism, I see the world in terms of logic, and what makes the most sense. So things like preferences or sentimentality mean pretty little to me. We're not going to examine the plausibility of this hypothetical. We're just assuming that we're in the Doom world and have been suggested mining the Doom version of hell for its resources. Is that an awful idea? If we don't figure out alternative energy in time, then we're going to need another fuel source to power the world. The main problem with mining it from Earth is that we're ripping out chunks of our planet and burning it, which causes the Earth to get hotter. The solution with mining from hell is twofold. Firstly, it's not Earth, so we don't have to worry about any ecological damages we cause. And second, if we process the energy in hell, it's not like it's going to get any hotter, it's the hottest place in the universe. So there's no real threat because it's built to withstand scorching temperatures. Also, Doom's version of hell doesn't look like it has a sun, and the heat presumably comes from the Earth itself, so draining the resources would actually cool hell down, which would benefit humanity greatly. See, if hell freezes over, we can solve another problem, and this is where we get into the ethicalness of colonizing hell. When countries are invaded for their resources, innocent people end up paying the price by getting caught in a conflict or losing their resources. It's an atrocity of the highest order, and it's sickening how some of the people in these countries live while their leaders bathe in money from selling their oil to the highest bidder. The key word in that passage was innocent people. Literally, no innocent person is in hell. So what's the problem with stealing from the universe's worst people? In fact, it's not even those people, it's just their mindless husks and manifested hate. Even if you are some sick neo-Nazi freak, are you going to protest stealing from pedophiles and Disney executives? Come on, no one is on the side of every single objectively awful person in history. The point is, while there are natives in hell, no sane person is going to support their rights and survival when they are the manifestations of evil. What's more is that the demons are openly hostile to humans, attacking them on sight for no other reason than they're not demons. So we should actively be wiping them out because they're a threat to our survival. Oh god, I know they're demons, but somehow just saying that out loud felt dirty. But the point is, if we wipe out the demon population and cool down hell by draining it of its argent energy, we can colonize it. We've already done irreparable damage to Earth from climate change, and even if it can be fixed in the future, one day the sun will explode, so we'll need to find a new place to call home. So if we can cool down the temperature and eliminate the hostile natives, why don't we start moving people to hell to form a society? Even if the planet wasn't dying, it sure isn't growing, and the population is. So if we need more space, why don't we start building cities in hell? Transportation won't be an issue because we'll have portals that get us from Earth to hell, and the only reason the portals were on Mars was that no country in their right mind would let them use their soil. But once the demons have been defeated, we could quickly build travel hubs. Now, won't we just mine the resources from hell until it's empty? Well, no, because argent energy comes from the tortured souls of dead mortals, and as our society devolves further and further, the amount of degenerates is only growing. So once we find the gates of hell where we enter when we die, we'll simply put up walls and live like Attack on Titan, only they'll be the ones on the inside. I know what you're thinking, that sounds suspiciously like concentration camps. And yes, you're right, but it's only for people who are going to be tortured for eternity anyway, so is it that bad? I mean, if we let them roam free, they will kill us. And not in some Turner Diaries conspiracy nutjob way, They will rip our bodies apart and drink our blood just because they can. I know I'm missing some critical piece of the puzzle as to why this isn't a good idea, so please tell me what that is so my autistic brain can see the ethical dilemma here. I'll be back in 2 days. In the meantime, here's a video about why the speed of Doom is so important.